All right. So I've been making a bunch of yogurt lately during the zombie apocalypse. This is straight up, I'm using Joe and Rachel's recipe. So this is how I make it. So I've got the Fairlife milk. This stuff is nice because it has less lactose in it. So I'm just going to pour in 2 of these guys. Just the whole thing. Do, 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 do. 2 of these. Splatter, splatter. Okay. Then I've got a full quart of, this is just regular Walmart. It's ultra pasteurized, which means I don't have to bring it up to a boil first. So I'm going to just dump this whole thing into there. Do, 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 the whole thing. Takes forever. This is nice, so I don't even have to measure it. Oh my gosh, this is taking forever. Cream is slow. The chickens are making noise outside. There we go. Okay. Oh, looks like I had a clump of clump of cream. Should have shaken it up first. That was my problem. Like, why is this taking so long? Okay, so I've got that. Now, there's a couple ways you can get the yogurt to start it. You can go to the store and buy yogurt that has live and active cultures. You can go on Amazon and buy some yogurt cultures, which is what I did. And then, once you've got some yogurt cultures going, you can just keep on reusing it. And once you make a batch and then save some of the first batch and then just reuse that over and over again. You can actually freeze it out because each successive batch you make will get more and more, I guess, wild is the best way to... Can you grab me a whisk?
Sure.
And so it'll start to taste more and more tangy. So in this case, this is, I think, a 3rd generation that I'm using right now. Then this is an 8-quart Instant Pot that has the yogurt button on it. But this lets me do 2 batches at the same time. Normally it'd be one of those Fairlifes and a half a quart or a pint. But then you just whisk this together. If you were using regular milk instead of the Fairlife ultra pasteurized stuff, you would have to bring this to a boil first. But because this is all ultra pasteurized, I don't have to do that because the bacteria, the lactophilus, whatever it is going to take over and do its thing. And it'll be just that. Instead of the other bacteria as well. Which is why you would have to boil the milk and cream if it wasn't ultra pasteurized. All right. Now I'm going to close this. I'm going to make sure it is on venting instead of sealing. So it's on venting. And depending on your culture, this would be anywhere from 9 to 12 hours. What time is it right now? 8:14? Or 6:14. 6:14. Right, you know what? I'm just going to let this run overnight. 14 hours? That works. Who cares? I'll let that start. And so if you're starting off with a brand new culture, it'll actually say on the packet that it requires anywhere from 12 to 14 hours to fully activate and get going. If you're reusing an existing batch, it may only take 8 hours. We'll see. It's actually just going to sit there and count up. If I'm still awake when this says 8 or 9 hours, then I'll probably take it out and stick it in the fridge. See you then. Okay, so Yogurt's done. There it is. So, oh, hold on a second. Needed 2 hands. That was fun. Okay, yogurt's done. I bought a new set of rings for my Instant Pot, and it came with this red ring, which is weird, but it also came with this guy. Oops. Here, I'll let you do that.
I'll do that. I was going to hold the camera, but because I don't know what your plan is.
Get yogurt on the outside.
Yeah, good job with that.
Yeah, I did an amazing job. Anyway, if you don't do it one-handed, it just goes on. Now we can stick this in the fridge. But now it's all over Miriam's hand.
Yes, a little bit.
So yogurt is all chilled. And now we just need to strain it. So you could use one of these guys. These are nut milk bags. Bags for making nut milk. Or you could stick one of these guys into the bottom of a colander like that, and then just put like a, I don't know, like a casserole dish or a deep pie tin or something like that underneath it. That's what I used to do. Not working very well. Ruth should know better than to drain butter down the sink. Oh, snap. I just got this from Amazon. Anyway, it's a yogurt strainer. It's got this cool mesh thing and a draining thing. Yeah. The thing in the middle is so that it can drain in the middle as well. So, I'm gonna load this up. I just wanted to show how stiff this is. If you don't put it into the fridge, it's not going to be nearly this stiff. It's going to be really quite, I don't know, like more like cottage cheese. Right now, this is more like cream cheese almost. And it's going to get even more stiff when it drains. I emptied most of it into there. Once again, I'm going to be using the leftovers here in the Instant Pot to do another batch. And then this guy right here is just going to sit there and drain. And turns out this is exactly the right size.
Can you see the draining if I lift it up?
Yeah, it's already starting to drip.
But can you see through the thing?
Yeah. Cool. This has been sitting there draining all night. If I can get this off. If you look down here, you can see there's a bunch of whey in there. It actually went down quite a bit. I'm surprised. Oh, that's probably that's the liquid. So it's a lot more stiff. So I'm going to go ahead and spoon this out into a bunch of bowls, and then I'm going to stick this guy in the fridge in its place. And that's it. That's keto yogurt.